for packing. Louis sulking because he knows I'm going away. And we have tent, sleeping bag, tarps, hammocks, canoeing gear, food, cooking gear, toilet gear, ration packs, 2 dodgy bottles of cider, cooking gear, stove, dry bag after dry bag after dry bag. And then which tech do we take to video everything? And all this lot has got to fit in that barrel in a dry bag, and all needs to go in 1/2 of a 2-man open canoe. What's the worst that can happen? Food for 5 nights. I think that should be enough. Curries and pastas and spicy vegetables, all day vegetarian breakfast, Moroccan style bean stew, ginger pudding, muesli, vegetarian beans in tomato sauce, blackberry turnover, chocolate pudding. I think that should do us. And then a bag of peanuts, peanut butter, biscuits, various other bits and pieces. Things in dry bags, and then label the dry bags. So in here, there's all my sleeping kit. There's a North Face down sleeping bag and a thermarest and a float pillow. This one's my MSI tent, again in a dry bag, and they'll go into this big boundary bag. So when we get to the camp late tonight, I can just simply unload that, get my tent up, get my sleeping gear out and get myself sorted. Then in the barrel, there's my food, there's hammocks, there's tarps, and there's my other gear, including a seat. I take a seat with me as well. I'll take my camping stove, that'll go in there, and I'll be using the jet boil. Jet boil will be in there. And I'll also take this very small secondary stove I can use on the gas bottles for the jet boil if need be. My clothes and washing kit will go in there as well, and a first aid kit on the top. And then the tech gear will probably go in here as well to stop it getting battered. And I have one more bag there. Now this is the dry suit, the buoyancy aid, my boots that I'll be wearing when I'm canoeing. So this will become empty as soon as I put that gear on, so I can second bag a load of other stuff. And I've got my paddle that I'm taking, and there's a spare paddle going as well. Ever the optimist, I can take some sun cream, probably need to take some anti-rust, really. In relation to water purification, I'll be taking this with me because we'll be filtering the water that's actually in the lock, freshwater lock. So I'll be taking this MSR filter with me and some Nalgene bottles so I can filter the water through that as well. Regarding torches, I'll be taking the H2R that I took before and used on the caving trip, and that can be used as a torch and also as a head torch. I'll take the bracket, the holder for that, so I can wear it as a head torch. And then Olight have sent me this through. This is a new torch that's come out, and I'll be reviewing this on the trip. So it's a really small rechargeable torch again, and this is the S1R Baton 2. And there'll be a giveaway of one of these torches again, only open to people in the UK, I'm afraid, and we'll test it on the actual trip to see how it gets on with all the wetness and a week in damp Scotland. But yeah, that's just the 2 I'm taking with me, and I'm taking a rechargeable pack just in case I need to top those up, but I think it'll be all right for a week. A very important piece of kit is this bug shirt. I've had this for many years. I used to take expeditions to Canada for Duke of Edinburgh Award kids, and there's lots of big nasty flies in there at certain times of the year. So I take this to Scotland, and it's perfect for keeping the midges out. Whole faithful bug jacket. Photos of when we're all dry. How long have we been driving?
How long have we been driving? 7.5 hours.
7.5 hours, and we've got another hour and a half to go. And it's still raining. What's the first thing you do when you get to Ullapool? Or some chips. After 9 hours on the road, making the final approaches.
That was worth the effort. That was mint, wasn't it? Wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, it's a mint one, isn't it? You have to do that for it.
Camp for the night?
That was worth the effort. That was mint, wasn't it? Wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, it's a mint one, isn't it? You have to do that for it.
This is the camp for the night?
I did it for him.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's the canoes over there. A bit of an epic paddle across the loch in the pitch black. Struggle to find the island in the dark. But the tents are up. We survived the first night and we have a lovely wild brown trout for breakfast. What do you reckon, Master Fisherman?
Yeah.
What about the one that got away?
We haven't blanked yet, have we? We haven't had a trip without fish.
Nope.
So
there's not a lot there for 6 of us.
Yeah. Well, I don't fancy our chances of coming without rations, but yeah, give it a go.
There's the floating fridge. After what turned into be a 9-hour drive, we got to the parking area for the car and the trailer, and then we decided to paddle across in the middle of the night. So we set off about 8 o'clock and it was absolutely pitch black, and the sky was amazingly beautiful. Never seen so many stars out. I couldn't get any photographs or any film of it because it's just too dark. We struggled a bit to find the exit to the loch. Finding the portage was okay, but after that the exit to the loch and then finding the actual island we're on now, it's really difficult when it's pitch black, and it was better to do it without the torches. But here we are, we're all set up on the camp, and it's not a bad day really, considering it's the end of September. Nath with his lofty wasman. What filter's that?
Just a particle filter. That's all you need.
It's enough for here, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's enough for here.
Yep.
And then boil it in the kettle. Look at that craftsmanship there.
Oh yeah.
Never cut a finger in his life.
Not my own anyway.
It does look quite damp, but we did bring some wood as well, just in case. We're going to build the tarp in a shelter over there. That's a hell of a basher, that, isn't it?
And here we have Mega Basher.
And there's Bob praying to the fire gods.
Hiya!
So the problem we have when we come to this site is the wind blows really strong across here, as you can see from that tree. So the idea is the wind will blow past the tarp, blow the fire up, and everything will be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Oh. Yeah.
Get that orange pudding string on there.
Oh, it's up to you. No, I don't give a shit.
So what are we doing, Dab?
I think we'll have a go at bannock.
Bannock, okay, in the Dutch oven.
The Dutch oven.
And there's the trout being prepared on a paddle. Tripod works well, doesn't it? I do like that tripod.
I really don't know what the proportions would be.
But it's guesswork, mix it, add some more.
A bit of bicarb.
You don't need much of that.
No. Just a bit.
That'll do. Cool.
Yeah, that's alright. Bit of suet. What do you reckon?
I can't have any.
Oh, alright. Bit of sugar then.
It's just like a flatbread you're making, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bit of oil. Oil will bring it together, and water.
Bit of olive.
I can't tell whether that. Sugar.
Sugar or salt?
That needs a Sharpie.
That was a lot of salt, sugar.
Sugar. It's like a sweetbread, like a
Yeah,
pastry, you know. Right. That.
Water, oil. That's enough.
Yeah. Anyone any water?
Ooh, that looks like good.
You don't have to rough it, do you?
No way.
Yeah. I got a loaf of Warburtons in my bag. We're going to need a bigger fish.
It's hard to get a small piece.
Sphagnum moss.
Oh,
Brilliant
wow.
stuff. That's looking good, Dav.
Is this the one where you bake the bottom of the pan and then you tip the pan up towards the fire?
It's got to be done under controlled heat, so if you put it on a fire it will just burn the bottom and won't cook.
It'll do on the hook though, won't it?
It'll be alright on there, yeah.
Vary it on the tripod.
And it takes about 15-20 minutes.
It doesn't need to prove, there's not use in it, is it? So...
No, it's got the bicarb, because I haven't got self-raising, so... I could put some brambles in it or something if you want. Yeah, that might work a bit, yeah.
Put some fish eyes in it.
That trout's going to taste lovely.
A trout or a trouser trout?
That's a brown trout. Traditional brown trout, and that's about the size you normally get. If they're not that size,
It's not a brown trout.
well, it's if you see them in supermarkets or you catch them in some of these fisheries, they're actually bred and fed. That's looking really good, Dav. I'm impressed with that.
Should we put that on?
That's all man's beard. That's lovely, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good,
That'll
that.
start a lovely fire, that
A
will.
lot of it was really wet earlier, really wet, but because it's been there, it's dried out.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in case we have to start another fire. Should we do it?
Yeah.
Should I put it on the hook, or
I'd put it on the hook.
can we take this off? Can you manage that?
Might be hot. We've got some butter to have on it.
Yeah.
Woo!
Just a salt and pepper mix.
Yeah, salt and pepper in there, be lovely.
Bit of oil, or are we? Well, it should be alright.
Yeah.
That moss is going to be wet as hell, isn't it?
It is an oily fish, isn't it? There's
Yeah.
quite a bit of oil in there. You got to prepare it on a paddle, haven't you?
Yeah.
Look at that. And a bit of pepper, black pepper, sir. Garlic, bit of wild
Bit of
garlic
oil.
leaves.
Yeah,
Oil.
Dav. Yeah, give your hands. Is this open? You have to unscrew them. They're not working
right.
properly. And that one. And then, oh, maybe it's so much there. Just pour some oil in your hand and just rub it all over. Rub it up. Can you just set the oil for me? Yeah, I got it.
Give the fish a little massage. Sphagnum moss wrap.
I'm just wondering if there's a way I can keep this stuff. Go for it. Do it that way. Then
Sorry, Dave.
Put that bit. It was really hard to get without ripping it to shreds.
Smoky.
I smoke like a pig.
There you go. Right, it is 11:15.
Smoke mark 5.
You know that fire's been going long enough to get the heat there.
No, it's nowhere near.
Steaming away in sphagnum moss.
That's it.
How bushcrafty can you get?
Oh, that's well cooked.
What's the verdict?
That seasoning made a difference.
Yeah.
So what, Gary?
Taste of Scotland?
It's good, man. It's hard to get a small piece of moss without it all falling apart.
Very good.
Yeah, if it's been falling there, imagine that.
Yeah, that seasoning's made it, isn't it?
That is very good.
Taste of Scotland.
Well, can't no bones in that piece either.
What better way to spend the day?
Out in a canoe on a freshwater loch in Scotland, doing a little bit of fishing. See if you can catch your tea. Some impressive mountains in the background.
So, it's looking okay now. We've got it over a bit of a more regular heat.
Oh, that looks very nice. Look at that.
We'll soon be there.
So what we got there, Bob?
So we managed
Campfire
to
jam.
forage about 12 brambles, and then we boiled up a bit of sugar
Look at that.
over the fire.
Bramble jam.
Bramble jam. There we
And
go.
what are we having it on? Scones that was cooked on the fire. Oh, get them out the bag. Get them out the bag. Look at that. Woohoo! Baking bread in a Dutch oven on a campfire in the rain in Scotland.
Wish I could smell it.
Smells good. I can smell it from here. Look at that. That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed now. Needs a bit of butter on it, maybe.
I'll just save that for the when I got a teeny bit.
You want it? Let it cool down now. Oh, it's lovely. Fresh baked bread.